everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a necklace using products from the Jessie James Magical Mystery Bead Box for the month of June. So the theme this month is Desert Oasis, and I am loving this month's box. I've already made a necklace, a bracelet, and a pair of earrings that match out of it, and now I'm getting ready to do this necklace, and I've got a pair of earrings lined up for it too. So this is really a great box this month. I will put a link in the description box below if you're interested in subscribing to it, and let's just get into what you're going to need. So they included this gorgeous chain. Mine didn't have a name on the package, so I'm not sure what it's called, but it is absolutely beautiful and I love it. And we're going to use it on this necklace. There are these 2 leaf focals we're going to be using, and a bunch of the little beads from the mixes. I just actually used beads from all 3 mixes in this. So we've got our rhinestone gold beads here. We've got a couple of our big aqua rondelles, a couple of the smaller aqua rondelles, little smaller ones, cube beads, and these kind of bronzy cat eye almost looking beads. And then I've got some of the tiny ones. I've got these little drops. I basically just used everything I had left over after I finished the other necklace and earrings. So this stuff is left over from that one. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead. I'm actually going to put these 2 drops with the pile for the earrings, so I want to make sure that it's kind of evened out. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. You're going to need some ball head pins, a lobster clasp or whatever clasp you want, and I'll be using some of this chain. This is from my own stash, and I wanted to draw this in because it matches with these beads right here, and I just think it kind of ties everything together. So we're going to use that. And I've got some little gold daisy spacers from my own stash because the ball on these head pins is small and it goes right through some of these beads. So I needed a stopper. So that's why I pulled those out. Okay, so the way this necklace is going to lay, and you're going to need your jewelry tools, of course. The way this necklace is going to lay is we're going to have the middle here with this chain, and then I'm going to use this chain going up the sides on both sides. And the reason I did that is I love this chain and I wanted to save a little bit of it. I'm going to use some in the earrings, obviously, to make it match, but yeah, I didn't want to use it all going up the sides where you're not even going to see it, so, you know, and around the back of the neck. So I wanted to go ahead and just use it on the bottom part because I just think it's so pretty. So I know, because I've written down a little cheat sheet, that my necklaces, okay, so if I'm doing a really long necklace, I have a measurement for that. This necklace, I don't want to be a choker, but I don't want it to be long either. So it's a short necklace, but not a choker, if that makes sense. And I know that to do that, I need 24 inches total in my chain length. So 8 times 3 is 24. So I actually may want to make this a little bit longer than the 8 inches. Let me pull out my ruler here. So this is a 6-inch ruler. So there we go. So if I do 8 inches, I'm looking at 2 more inches here. So I'm looking right about at this part right here. And actually, yeah, it's going to need to be a little bit longer. The middle part is going to need to be a little bit longer than that. So I'm probably going to do this about 10 inches in length. So that would be 8. Let's add another 2. Actually, I might want to add another 4. I may do this about 12 inches. Yeah, it's going to have to be about 12 inches on this one. So I am going to go ahead and cut this right here because I've figured this out now. I put all my tools away because I'm trying to be proactive and clean up after I do a project. Alright, so let me go ahead and cut this little ring. So I want this middle chain to be 12 inches. It's definitely going to be the focal of this necklace. I'm going to set this aside. So that leaves 12 inches, yeah, 12 inches for my 24. I had to think about that. As sad as that is, I did. I'm not good with math. Okay, so I'll need 6 inches on either side of this chain. So here's 6 inches here. And I'm going to cut it just a little bit longer just to give myself a little breathing room. Okay, and then this one I'm just going to do the same. And the way when I'm doing 2 chains side by side, I like to do it this way because this way you don't have to count and you don't have to measure and you get it just right. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that on this head pin and this on this head pin. And when I pull them down together, I know that I need to cut it right there. And it's exact with no counting, which is nice. Okay, so I've got my 3 pieces of chain cut here. So I can set this one aside. And I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to hook them together. So I've got some small jump rings. I want to use small, tiny jump rings for this. I've got a few here. And I'm just going to hook this one on this side and the other one on the other side. It's that simple. Let's lay that out. Okay, so let me grab my jewelry pliers. Would help if I had my glasses on so I could see. Okay. These are tiny little jump rings. And we're just going to take this one and hook it right here. Right on this link. Make sure they're closed up really good because they are thin. And then we're going to, I'm going to try to lay this out to where it's kind of straight and flat and make sure that it's not flipped around too much because I'm afraid that would mess things up. So let me get it all flattened out here. I always try to do this. It just helps when you're finishing, you know, when you're done, you don't have things all twisted up. Okay, so that's flat, perfectly flat, laying on the table. I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to hook the chain to the other side. I can hear Chris downstairs. He's making pizza. It's making me really hungry just thinking about it. He makes the best homemade pizza of anybody I've ever met. It's delicious. Alright, he loves pizza. I mean, like, nothing I've ever seen. He would eat pizza 3 meals a day for the rest of his life, I believe. And anytime we go out of town, he's constantly looking for a new pizza place, you know, try this new pizza. He's wanting to go to New York so we can try pizza. I mean, it's like, he's a pizza fanatic, but he sure can make it good, too. So, there we go. Alright, so this is what we've got. We got our little necklace. Ooh, this is so pretty. This chain is just so pretty. Now, I'm going to hook these right here. They're just going to hang kind of asymmetrical. It's going to be that style right there. These little leaves, okay? So I'm going to take a jump ring, and I'm going to go ahead and hook the big one. Let me put some of these out here so I can see what I got. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hook this one on with kind of a bigger jump ring just to give it, I want it to be stable on there. It doesn't matter which is front or back, so just going to take it and hook it right here. Well, this shouldn't be that hard, should it? Oh, it's hooked through the wrong hole. Okay. Like, why are you not working? Okay, here we go. Hook it right through there. And I'm going to hang it right from this jump ring on here. So I'm just trying to look and make sure I get it to where it's going to hang kind of facing forward here. Whoops, there we go. Okay, close it up really good. And there it is. Okay, now this one I'm actually going to hook from this one. But I'm going to use a couple jump rings. I want it to hang down just a tad, a little bit lower than the one that I've got right there. So let's see here. I have all my jump rings mixed in together. Everybody's always horrified when they realize that. Not all my colors mixed in together. I said this in my last video too. All of my gold ones are together, but they're just all mixed up. Like all different styles, all different sizes, and it just horrifies people when they, I mean, the looks I get when I say that, people are like, oh my God. But I don't know why I did it that way. It just works for me. I pull them out and just look through them and pick out what I need. It's not a big deal. But some people think it's a really, really big deal. I don't know why I closed that jump ring too. Okay, so we're going to just put this on here. Close it up. I don't know why I did that. I closed the other one up. And we're going to open this one back up and insert it onto this leaf. So this one just hangs down a tad bit lower than the other one. That's all. And if you want to do 3 jump rings, you can. I'm going to see how these two work. This one's not very big for this. There we go. Yeah, I think it's going to work just fine. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm going to pick this up, and I want to make sure that these are hanging, like when I put it on, they're going to hang toward the front, which I guess when you situate it against your body, it's going to stay anyway, but okay, so there they are. Now, we're going to make a bunch of drops to hang from these, okay? So I'm just going to hang a bunch of little dangles from both leaves. So the way that I'm going to do that is using wrapped loops. And so here's an example. I'm just going to take this little bead and put it on here. Probably put another one on with it, like this. I'm going to bend this at a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers. I'm going up and over with my wire, rotating my pliers up, going underneath so it makes a nice little loop, grabbing this and wrapping. And you can wrap this with your fingers. These ball head pins are so thin. They're super easy to wrap, and I don't try to do it neatly. I let it have a little bit of a messy look. I kind of like that with the ball head pins, just a little messy look. And there you have it. There's a little dangle. So I'm going to make a bunch of those, and I'm not doing it in any certain pattern. It's just going to be random. Like this next one, I'm just going to put that little spacer on because it blocks this bead on. And I may add this aqua bead to it, just because I like the contrast of this aqua with that bead, that darker bead. I think that's pretty. Same thing. So I'm not going to make them all the same size. I may make one 3 beads. I may make the next one 2, the next one 1. You want them to be all a little bit random or different. So let's go ahead and cut that off. And you always want to tuck in these little, if there's a little snag there, just tuck it in. There we have it. Okay, so for the next one, I might do just this big bead with a couple little spacers, just like this. Okay, just like that. That's what I'm going to do for this one. I love these aquas with this gold. I think they are so, so pretty. And just do a bunch of wraps. Trim it. And tuck this down. There we go. So just make a bunch of dangles, a bunch of different, you don't want them all the same. You just want them kind of different and random, and then come right on back. I'm going to probably, I don't know if I'm going to use all these beads or not. We'll see. But anyway, we'll come back and I'll show you how many I've made. So just make some dangles and come on back. Okay, so I'm back and I've got 9 dangles here. And we're going to start with that. And then if I want to add more on, I can. But I'm going to start with 9. So I'm going to use some of my small jump rings here, these little tiny ones. And I'm going to use a few of the bigger ones as well. So by using different size jump rings, you're going to get things hanging at different levels, which is kind of what we want. So the first one I'm going to do is this big one, and I'm going to take it and I'm just going to attach it right here to this jump ring on this first one, the first leaf. Okay, Now I do want to make sure that all these are hanging in the front, so that's important. And then I'm going to use this big one down on here. So I'm doing one big one on each leaf. Just like this. Okay, so there's those two. Now, I want to add a couple down here as well, so I'm going to find a bigger jump ring. And I'm going to add maybe one of these sparkly rondelles and maybe one of these. And I'm just going to hang it right through here like this. It's one thing I like about these little leaves. They've got these little holes, and but the jump ring has to, these are going to have to come around to the front. So just maneuver them around because I may have to undo my jump ring and put them back in the right way. They need to be in the front. Okay. So just make sure that they're not wanting to hang in the front. They are not. Come on around there, little guy. So I'm going to force them around to the front. Just like this. And when I close my jump ring up, they should stay there. It's a little bit difficult, but it's important that they hang around front. So just, there we go. I'm going to use the table to stop that jump ring from going through there and see if I can get it closed with them in the front. If not, I may have to use another jump ring. There, okay, that worked out. So here's what we've got so far. Let me get them. There we go. I'm just going to let it kind of dangle to see how they're hanging. Okay, yeah, they're good. These are going to flip around. When you wear it, you know, you will have your body up against it, so it's going to stop it from moving too much. But these little dangles will flip around a little bit. So there's a few right there. Okay. Excuse me. Now, I'm going to take another jump ring. Maybe a little bit bigger one here. Let me see. Here's a good one. And I've got this guy right here. And I might just hang him from here. Oh no, he's kind of close to that one. Let's move him up here. Actually, I might, let me see where I want to put him. He's kind of big, so I don't want him to really hang right beside that one. It's going to look like two of the same. I might just hang it from here. I think I like that a little bit better. There are a lot of little holes on these leaves for this, so it's kind of nice. A lot of little places you can put dangles. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to take another jump ring. And this is fun. This is kind of your own design element, however you want to do it. I enjoy this part of it. So let's look at this. I think I will take two. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hang this one right through here. Whoops, and he came off. Put him back on there. Okay, and then I'm going to take another one. Just straighten it up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take another jump ring, a small one, and I'm going to hang this one from the other one. Just like this, and it just gives it lets it hang down just a little bit longer than the one that's already on there. Okay, just like that. Okay, Now I've got, what do I have left? I have this rhinestone one left, which I kind of would like to get up here since I have this one down here. And I've got this guy left. So let's see here. The rhinestone, I'm going to use a little bit bigger jump ring. And let's see if I can put him. Yeah, I'm going to add a couple jump rings to this one. Whoops. So this one and probably this one. They're kind of bigger ones, so it's going to make him hang down just a little longer. And I'm just going to hook him right in here, and he'll hang down just a bit longer than those other two. Okay, just like that. And this is how it's going to go. So this last one, let me see what I've got here. Where did it go? Yeah, here it is. Okay, I've got a darker bead up here and a darker bead down here, so I'd kind of like for this one to go in the middle right here. And to do that, I'm just going to hang it with just a regular jump ring. And I'm just going to hang it right on this this piece right here. So I don't have anything hanging from that one, so that'll probably be good. Okay, so here's what I've got. Get that guy around to the front. There we go. So this is kind of how it's going to hang. It's not wanting to cooperate with me because I'm on camera, and that's the way things go when you're on camera. Alright, there we go. So it's just going to hang kind of like this. It's going to have all these little dangles, this little area right there, and then it's going to go up on both sides. So it's asymmetrical. You've got all this going on right here and nothing going on the rest of it, and that's what I want. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish it. So we're just going to take our lobster and a jump ring. Just like this. Okay, and then I'm going to do a bigger ring on the other side for clasping it on. Well, these are really small little links, aren't they? Let's see if I can find a ring that'll work for this. Have to be a thinner one. There we go. That works. Just like that. And do I want to put a dangle on there? I think I do. I'm going to put a little dangle on here, so I like to do that. I just think it's cute. So we're going to do a little spacer, this little aqua bead, and another little spacer. Nothing fancy, just I've only got one of those little aqua beads left, so I might as well use it for this. I know I'm the only one that will ever see it, because I'm the only one that will be wearing it, but I just like it. I like to do the extra little dangle. So let's just make a wrap loop like we've been doing. Just like that. Okay, tuck that little snaggle in. Sometimes it's hard, it wants to spin around on you. And this one is, if you put your finger on the bottom, it will help stop it from spinning. There we go. And then I'm just going to take a jump ring. I'm just going to take a couple. I'm going to make like just a little 2 or 3 chain right here. So I'll do these 2, and here's 2 that are already hooked together. And that also it creates a little extender chain. Not that, I don't think I'm going to need it on this, but just in case, I don't know. And let's just put our little dangle on one end, just like this. And we'll go ahead and hook this other end right onto the ring there. And we've just created a little extender in case we need it. It's there. Okay, so that is this necklace. Let me put this on a form and I will show it to you. Okay, so here is our finished necklace, and I will tell you, the two charms that I had hanging on the outside here, I did not like. I just thought they looked weird. They were kind of sticking out to the side. So I took them and moved them to the middle right here. So everything just kind of hangs a little more in a line there, since it flows a little bit better. So, but I really do like this necklace. I like the way it turned out. I like the asymmetrical part there just over on the side. And this chain is absolutely beautifully stunning. I love it. So, yeah, I really like this one. I think it's pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I will have a link for the Magical Mystery Bead Box in the description below, and I will be doing a pair of earrings to match this necklace, so keep your eyes out for that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!